folks, welcome aboard the channel. I'm Don. This is Rockin' the Country. You saw the title, and I'm sure you know the song. Probably 95% of you know this song, maybe 100%. Alan Jackson's Papa Top, which is a cover of a George Jones song, and it's a gift of George Jones's worldwide #1 fan, George Woodruff, GW, as I like to call him. And GW made a gift for me to do this one. So thank you for this one, George. And GW said this. Hi, Don. The CMA invited George and Alan to sing their hit songs, but they told George he had to do a shorter version. So George declined their invite, but Alan honored George in this video. Just look at the smiling faces of the band. Yeah, this is like legendary. I don't know if it's the same performance. Alan did this. I know at the CMAs. I don't know if this is that same performance or not, but I love it. Yeah, Alan he came out and he just said, I didn't. If this is the performance where Alan like interrupted like his own song, he sort of like started with his own song to give the impression he was going to play along with what the CMAs wanted. Stopped it. Then went into George Jones's song. I don't know if this is the same one, but it's a review. I know this song. Here we go.
Papa Top again. I've just got time for one more round. Set above my friend.
That's a great song too.
Then I'll be gone and you can let some other fool sit down. I'd like for you to listen to a joke I heard today from a woman who said she was through and calmly walked away.
He's such a cool ass dude, Al.
Tried to smile and did a while. He felt so out of place. Did you ever hear of a clown with teardrops streaming down his face?
Smokey Robinson did.
Papa Top again. I think I'll have another round. Set 'em up, my friend. Then I'll be gone and you can let some other fool sit down.
A lot of guitars on that stage.
I had choices from the day that I was born. There were voices who told me right from wrong. If I had listened, oh, I wouldn't be here today. Choices I made, oh, living and dying, the choices I made.
Amen. He just walked right on off. Yeah, I don't know how much that was scheduled or if Alan just decided I'm going to do this one because George didn't show, so I'm doing my own thing. But I don't know if that was a message too, by choosing to do Choices, that song, which I had reacted to like 6-7 years ago by the Possum, George Jones. And in this one here, I wonder if Alan was just sending a message to the CMAs that you made a choice and you're going to live and die by these choices. Not that it was going to be an ugly type of threat, but yeah, I mean, when you tell a guy like George Jones, I get it. When you're going to do a production like the CMAs, there's so many components to it. I know because I used to own a dance studio, and I'm not a dancer. I was on the business side of it, and part of the business side of it was doing ticketing for not just the recitals, but we had a ballet company and a modern company, and I did the ticketing for that, for example. And these were very affluent. It was in a very affluent community. These were very affluent, accomplished, by and large, intelligent people. And I've got to do the seating for their shows. Their kids are in the performances. So, of course, they can afford the best tickets to any show in the world that they want to go to. This is their kid. They're going to want to have the best seats. So that's just one of the components that the CMAs has to deal with. Where do we even seat the artists? Where do we put them? Because you've got Miranda, you've got Blake. Well, they got divorced, but they're both A-listers. So where do we seat them? But then you've got Alan, you've got George, you've got Merle, you've got Junior, and you've got all these artists. You've got Loretta, you've got you've got Reba, and you're like, where do we seat these people? But then you've got the performers. And it's like, well, we got to get all these performers in. We only have a 3-hour time slot to pull this off. So do you ask a guy like George Jones to shorten up one of his songs? Or do you ask Reba? Or do you ask whomever? Which artist are you willing to offend, if you will, if they get offended? And every artist, and I know this from working with artists, their works of art, it's like if you take a painting and you only show 80% of that portrait of Picasso or Renoir or whomever, they're not going to be happy because 100% of that artwork is what they painted and how it's supposed to be depicted. Now, cut off 20% of it, and it's not what they originally did. That's how these artists see their songs. So you want to tighten up, cut off a final verse or something. It's like, that isn't how that song was released. That isn't why it went to number one. That's not why it's going to number one or what have you. So I understand it from both perspectives. From the supply side, the host, the CMAs putting it on, but I also understand the artist, no. And so Alan is and I'm sure Alan understands the CMAs, but who George Jones was to Alan, he's like, no, I'm going to make a statement here and support my buddy, my mentor, my idol, and just do something as an ode to him. The CMAs didn't ban Alan. You're not going to ban a guy like Alan Jackson because he'll keep writing songs like Murder on Music Row. He'll go independent. He could have. So, all right, that was fun. I'm not going to rate that one. GW, who I like to call GW Bridge, you span the chasm. You have so much knowledge of old, new, all this stuff. But GW, I'm not going to rate it. That was really just from Alan to honor his buddy George Jones. So we're going to leave it at that. But that's just a great song in its own right, regardless of context. That is just a great song. Then you've got the context of Alan Jackson doing it. As an homage, really, as respect to George Jones. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that one. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you on another video. I am wearing my Nashville hat because Alan lives, I think he still lives in Franklin, just south of Nashville. And there you go. Have a great day. See you on another video and keep rocking the country.
Did you ever hear of a clown with teardrops streaming down his face? Papa Top again.